For Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser here with Kyle Johnson, a 2025 standout from Bunkie High, a team that is 8-1 right now and doing some impressive things on the field. The Panthers up there. And Kyle, I'm going to start. I'm going to go way back, and you're going to have to estimate it a little bit. But do you know what you were doing October of 2007?
Um, October. I probably cause I probably getting ready to have my first birthday. So my birthday is November 16th. So that was around the corner. That's probably it.
Yeah, you were crawling around, maybe walking a little bit, talking a little bit. But that was the last time that Bunkie was in the LSWA rankings at this point in a season. Did you realize that it had been that long? What is it like to hear, hey, we're doing some things that it's been a decade and a half since these have happened?
I always thought about it it's nice to have a change that come in. It's nice to make a difference in something. So now that we're making a difference, and we nobody's gonna ever forget us and what we did at this school when we leave.
When did you realize y'all had a group that could do that?
Like over the summer in 707, like I seen how we play with each other, great communication, everybody on the same level, everybody we know how to play with each other.
Talk me through Coach Hillman coming over, just some of the early things that he tried to talk to you guys about and foundations he laid for the program under him, just what that looked like to have some new leadership there and what that early relationship building and goal setting and all those things was at y'all's place.
So like the first when he first came in, the first thing he tried to implement on was brotherhood, and that's the best thing we can have as a football team. Then after that, it was more of God and keeping God with us the whole time, and then trusting each other, and then it just started building from there.
Do you remember what kind of your impression was of Bunkie High football when you were younger and just kind of expectations that were there and whatnot as you watched some of the older guys that came through? And what was that? And then how does that compare to where you guys are at now, where y'all are 8-1, and I think y'all are more frustrated that you let that one get away than you are excited about the 8 because the expectations have jumped so much.
Yeah. So for when I used to come watch them play, they weren't really as good as we are now. So nobody really expected them to play in the big games and come out on top. And so now that we playing the big games, we got a good chance of winning them. It's dang, we ain't win there. We're supposed to win.
Do you remember when you saw the community realize that this group was kind of doing some different things, kind of just feel the excitement level jump or see the crowd size jump, when that was in this season and what it's been like to watch continue?
It probably when I really seen it was probably homecoming. For the parade had a lot of people, and it's usually never like that. But now this year it sort of changed. I feel good that we had a community behind us as we build as a football team.
How much do you hear from whether it be former players or just older folks around the community, alumni or whoever, and what have they had to say about what they've watched you guys do thus far?
Um, Basically, they most people say that we could be good. It still have some people in the world that say that nah, Bunky just is like a random team. We ain't really that how good as we seen. So basically, just keep building on everything.
How do y'all react to hearing doubts still? Do y'all enjoy that? Do y'all kind of take that
Yeah.
as a little, yeah?
It's when you hear doubts, it's always good. I love proving doubters wrong. So it's just more work. It ain't nothing else you can do but work. So
Tell me some on the football side. We talked about just kind of building that belief, that trust, that brotherhood. But when you guys are out there on a Friday night and you and Dylan are two guys, I've seen some stats pop around. Y'all are video game numbers on Dylan's throwing up crazy numbers some weeks. What's working so well for y'all, between the lines on a Friday? How would you kind of describe the success of this team? What's working well for y'all on, in every phase of the game? Cause you guys do kind of play both ways and play three phases.
probably most of it is our running game. So we had a good running back in Tanner, and then Dylan, he been able to run. He opening it for me on the outside. When I get the ball, I get to make plays because the defense worried about Dill, and it's it interchange with both of us. So once I get going, Dill get opened up, and then just the whole team just come together.
What's this week look like? You'll have one more regular season game, and it is a large one in the area. What's a Friday night look like this week, and what are y'all preparing for with that Marksville team?
We basically like so like a lot of people call it a big game around here because like it's the Cats game. They're the Tigers, we're the Panthers, and like a lot of people come to watch the game. Like it's a big rivalry, so we're just gonna play like a regular game and hope we come out on the top.
You've had some great things happen for you already in terms of college attention coming your way too. We talked a little bit about some of that stuff back in the spring when we saw each other at some 7-on-7. Do you remember that conversation at all? Anything that I told you
Yeah,
that day in March?
I think it was at Nichols, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I heard you like you were telling me how you thought I was a great player and all that, and that like I should build on what I'm doing right now, and like just seeing it like progress is amazing.
Yeah, just it was gonna take a little bit of time, especially a place where it wasn't one of the first stops on some college coaches' minds that okay, I've got to get to Bunkie. They've got guys every year, but that it was probably gonna come at some point, and then eventually you end up ULM, Northwestern State, and then two Power Fives already in Mississippi State and Baylor. What has that been like to see that attention and those opportunities come your way?
It's like it amazed me. Like I was so happy. Like I never thought, like I didn't think I could do it. Like coming from like we're going to school in Bunkie, like a little 3A school. I didn't think like nothing like this can happen, and then it's happening, and now like I believe, like it just pushed me to work harder now.
How much do you guys talk about some of those legacy aspects? I know when a buddy of mine, Brett McCormick, was watching you guys for the Gina game. He talked to Dylan afterward, and Dylan talked a lot about what y'all are trying to accomplish in terms of leaving your mark and having the next generation be able to look up to y'all and what y'all are accomplishing. And you mentioned it a little bit earlier in this conversation, but how much do y'all talk about that, and how much do y'all think about okay, this is what we're showing the kids and the younger kids in terms of what we can do on a Friday and what we can do going to college with some athletics as well.
So like kids are like the big part of like what we do, why we do what we do. So like we just want to be like role models and the little kids coming up around here and making them want to make the right decisions because they see us doing something wrong, then they gonna think it's cool all that. So like if we can make it to the next level, it'll make it way easier for them to get recruited and get watched on like us.
What have been some of the things those college coaches have told you so far about what they like about your game, what has stood out to them about you, and how you could potentially fit for them at the next level? Because again, you're a guy that does a lot of different things, both ways and all of that right now in high school.
Probably like my speed and my versatility. I can play like a lot of positions. Like I can return the ball, I can cover, and I can play some receiver too.
Speaking of that speed, the aforementioned Brett McCormick kind of laid a gauntlet down last night on Twitter and said you and JT Lindsay need to get out there and run a race. I haven't had a chance to talk to JT yet about that, so you kind of get the first crack at saying how that would go. What's your thoughts on if you and JT lined it up and we're running a 40 or whatever it may be, and just kind of how your speed stacks up in a Sen Law level and statewide and beyond?
So me personally, I think like in a 40, I probably would get him because I got a quick twitch, but like in a 100, he probably would give me. I think so. I think he'll give me in a 100 because he a pretty fast dude.
Yeah, he can fly too.
Yeah.
What are aspects of your game moving forward, whether it be the rest of this junior season or this off season or whenever it may be, that you're kind of looking at as areas you can continue to take some next steps and you can continue to grow and prepare yourself to be that much bigger, better, whatever the case may be, as a senior and beyond?
Probably like my technique, my ball skills, just like progressing and like knowing the game, knowing how to really play football, like the right way to play football. I think that's the best thing for me right now. And my grades.
Yeah. Grades okay though. The colleges are already checking in on you. Yeah, make sure
Yeah.
those are right. How's I mean, is there anything else that you want folks to know about you, who you are as a young man, as a young football player, whether it be college coaches or fans that are kind of getting a sense of who you are, as well as maybe who this Bunkie team and Bunkie program is right now?
Uh, I would just say that like I'm a pretty hardworking kid. like I put my grades first before anything, and I just want the best for my team.
There you go. He's Kyle Johnson, 2025 standout for the Bunkie Panthers, who are sitting at 8-1 heading into Week 10. Another big one with Marksville in a couple days, and for Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Rosa. Kyle, appreciate you, brother.
Thanks.